Women in Focus, a podcast by British Naturism. Hello and welcome to Women in Focus, a podcast brought to you by British Naturism. I'm your host Helen Berryman, and today we bring you episode 24. So it's getting pretty cold here in the UK, but that doesn't mean naturism is over. There's still plenty of events lined up. There's Christmas celebrations, meals, swims, online stuff. If you're not a member of British Naturism already, why not take a look and see about joining? You don't have to live in the UK to become a member of British Naturism. You can get access to all of the online events, the digital magazine, the community. There's so much going on all year round. Have a look. In this episode of Women in Focus, we meet Erin Gilgur. Erin is a new naturist whose journey began with a very brave trip by herself to a naturist beach and eventually led her to Lake Como, where she is the new marketing director and special events coordinator. Erin is quite new at her position at Lake Como, so I'm really excited to talk to her about it, what brought her to Lake Como, and what it's all about for Erin. So join us now as Erin shares how stepping into naturism helped her rediscover strength, community, and the freedom of being completely herself. So welcome, Erin, to the Women in Focus podcast. You have a huge connection to Lake Como. Tell us all about it.
Sure. So I started working at Lake Como a couple months ago, but I started going there in April after meeting a friend of mine. I had only ever done like nude beaches, and I had never really done like social nudism and just kind of hanging out at clubs and doing things. And a friend of mine who has been his entire life was like, you really should check this place out. And I did, and it was the most welcoming, freeing experience I'd ever had.
So naturism for you is quite a new concept, yes?
Yeah, naturism for me is about 3 years old. I'm a baby naturist. I had lost about 115 pounds, and I was still having a lot of body image issues. I couldn't get past it. I couldn't see myself as beautiful, and I don't know why I couldn't do it. And so one day I read an article that was just talking about naturism. I don't even know how it popped up on my Facebook feed, but it did. And I read an article and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to a nude beach. And so I did. I went in just a long maxi dress with nothing else on, something I would be totally uncomfortable in at the beach. So I would have no choice but to take it off. And I went and I fell in love instantly. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Within my first hour there, somebody did come up to me and be like, hey, I think you need suntan lotion on your butt.
God.
But there was a group of true nudists who were sitting not too far from me, and they basically like shoot them off and were like, get away from her, leave her alone. And they're like, hey, if you want to come and be safe, you can come like put your stuff closer to us and we'll kind of protect you. And they became some of my best friends, just teaching me about it. And they are so cool and just body accepting of everybody. And I think that was the thing that made me realize how amazing naturism is. Like there was a woman that was 400 pounds coming out of the water that looked like a glorious mermaid. And she was sitting with her friend who was like this Brazilian supermodel, and they were just laughing and having fun. And there was no judgment from anybody.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's quite a brave thing then for you to do, is to sort of take yourself off down to the naturist or nudist beach by yourself.
By myself.
When we hear all the time, like how non-naturist men will hit on you, but what drove you to go and say like, sod it, I'm doing it?
I think my lack of self-esteem in myself, I just kind of needed to see like, maybe I didn't like bathing suits. Like I hated the way they cut me and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the clothes. Yeah. And it was.
One of the things I always say is nothing suits you better or fits you better than your skin.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you mentioned you lost a few pounds.
Yes.
So what was your relationship like with your body? You know, what were you like to yourself?
So I actually struggle with rheumatoid arthritis. And one of the things is my body attacks itself, right? So my body doesn't understand that my joints are good things and it attacks them. And then to help me with the pain, they kept putting me on steroids, which kept making me gain weight. And then every time I tried to lose the weight, I would get in pain from the steroids. And then it would be like this vicious cycle of me just gaining weight and gaining weight and gaining weight. And finally, I kind of just changed my diet. I changed my life. And I worked really hard, and now I'm not even medicated anymore. I do everything I eat Mediterranean diet. I do a lot of yoga. I do a lot of swimming and like low impact exercises. I do some strength training, but that didn't come for a while because I needed to make sure that my joints could handle it.
Okay. And your joints are okay now? You're not on...
My joints are okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's a really bad snowstorm or something like that, it'll hurt. Hence me loving Florida so much. We don't get those that much down here.
All right. Don't show off about the weather. Well, one day I'll get there. One day. Okay. So do you actually work at Lake Como then?
Yes, I am their new digital marketing and special events director.
Right.
So we actually just had this past weekend a really fun event. We did a Nerf Wars in the Pine Groves.
I love that.
So there was about 40 of us running around the forest, shooting each other with Nerf guns, playing capture the flag.
Love it. Love it. So what's your role look like then? What is it that you have to do, or what do you want to do with your role?
So my goal is to get people to see that we can do fun stuff nude. We're planning all sorts of fun events. We're planning an acro yoga weekend. We're planning a body art festival and a body art competition weekend. We just had a car show. We do a huge volleyball tournament. Volleyball is huge, I'm sure, as you know, in naturism. We do a 10-day Super Bowl tournament in March. We have music festivals, and this year's our 85th birthday. So we're planning an 85th birthday party.
That sounds amazing. So how big is it? How big is the resort?
It's over 200 acres.
Right. Wow. Gosh. Do you know what? Our biggest one here is only 53.
Yeah, this is huge. We have multiple lakes, so we do kayaking and sailing and paddle boats on it. And we have nature preserves, so you can do hiking through it. Actually, Halloween's coming up, and we have a huge haunted trail that people drive their golf carts through. One of the items scared me pretty hard, and I slapped my friend when it jumped out at me, and I screamed and hit him, and he's like, well, this made the whole trip worth it.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So can people holiday there? Is there accommodation there and things like that?
We have campgrounds, so you can tent camp, you can RV camp. We also have cabins and hotel rooms available.
And can people be a member or both? You can just turn up?
Yeah, so we have both. We have day rates for non-members, people that just want to come for the day and check it out. And then we have member rates available, and there's different tiers. So we want to encourage the next generation of naturists as well, because we know that they get a little bit scared to come. Most people, I find, have discovered it in their 40s and 50s and then move on. It's kind of like our midlife crisis, I think. But then we stick with it.
But you don't look very old. How old are you?
I'm 43.
43, yes. Quite young.
So I hit it right at 40. So I hit my midlife crisis and became a nudist.
Oh, I was a bit late. I was 45. So, and I'm 50.
Well, my son actually is a home nudist. Our resort is a family resort, but he will not come to the family resort, which is okay. That's his choice. But he is a home nudist. So he discovered it at 13, completely independent. So while I was sneaking off and going to the beach by myself, he was coming home and going to his room and getting naked and playing all his video games. So we discovered it parallel.
But separately, yeah. He sounds like my husband when he was a teenager. That's what he would do. He'd just go upstairs, take all his clothes off and play video games.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what my son does.
Yeah. Well, he still does, actually.
Oh, no, I want him to stop the video games.
But mind you, he does make a living out of it, so I can't really...
well, then, okay. Can't argue too much.
So you say Lake Como is on its 85th year?
85th year. We're one of the oldest in Florida.
Right. So what is the key to its success and longevity?
I really do think it's the community. So it's not just a resort. People do live there year round.
Yeah.
And, from the moment I went there, I felt welcomed immediately. And everybody I know that goes there feels the same way. It's just this warm place. You go to the bar and have a drink and everybody's there like, hey, how are you? Welcoming you when you go in. And it's kind of cool to sit at a bar completely naked.
It is, isn't it?
Watch a football game.
It becomes so normal that you've totally forgotten that you haven't got any clothes on. It's
Absolutely. I did karaoke, and it was like people were coming up to me for days afterwards and just saying how great it was. Like, you don't have to do that. It's like just such a warm place, and there's so much history there, and people that are proud of their history. We have people that have been there since their 20s and are now in their 70s and 80s, and they're proud of everything they do.
Yeah.
So I know people were scared when I came on that I was going to try to change Lake Como and bring in all the young stuff. And I'm like, no, I just want to add to it. I want to keep our history. I love history. I was actually an archaeology major, which is weird, but I love like history and people. And so I don't want to change anything. I just want to add to it.
Oh, it's a lovely way of saying it, actually, because the older sort of generation do get a little bit protective of naturism. I don't know if that's fair to say. In some of the clubs that I've been to and seen, are quite resistant to changes. Yeah. However, if you're a progressive place, you kind of have to move for the times a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And like you say, if you don't get the newer, younger people in, it will die, quite simply.
Absolutely. And that's why we're not taking away our events that they love and that they do so much, but we also just want to add to it, like our Nerf War or, like the life drawing class, and just try to get people to come to see what a beautiful experience it is.
Well, it sounds like there's enough space for all of it there, to keep the traditions and to bring in some new stuff as well and cater for everybody, because that's what a holiday resort does anyway.
Absolutely.
Whether it's naked or not.
Absolutely. I mean, I know people get nervous when they hear family nudist resort. People that are new to naturism are like, how do you do that? But, when you go to the beach and you see like 5 or 6 kids all building sandcastles together, they're just normal kids. And it's really a beautiful experience that they grow up without body judgment or body shaming,
Yeah, it does make a huge difference. I can sort of vouch for that. My stepdaughters grew up with Simon being a naturist, and they don't have any body issues at all. They're so welcoming and accepting of everybody. One of them said to me the other day, actually, it was quite interesting. She said it's old-fashioned to be judgmental of anyone these days.
Wow.
I was like, yes, it is.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So have you got any other frames of reference other than Lake Como? Like, have you been to any other clubs and things?
Yes. So I grew up in New Jersey, and so I go to Rock Lodge, which is also one of the oldest in America. And I have been to in Pennsylvania, Sunny Rest. So I've been to a couple clubs. I'm still a baby, so I haven't been to too many, but it's on my checklist to try to hit at least one estate.
Oh, wow. That'll take some doing, won't it?
It will, but I can do it.
Yeah, you're determined. Well, so far, our naturist experience has probably been limited to the UK, although you've probably heard of the Bare Necessities cruise.
Yes.
Yes, we got to experience that in 2023. So
I am going on this year's.
Are you?
In February, so I'm very excited about that. Representing Lake Como.
Oh, you will love it. Where are they going? Is it Caribbean again? Or?
Yes, the Caribbean.
Yeah, it was fantastic. There's so many people in one space for the same, genuine reasons. It was really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And my first nudist beach happened to be Antigua.
I mean, my goodness. You can't go wrong with that.
That's not too shabby, is it?
No. Actually, what's fun about this one, there's a volleyball tournament on their private island for 2 days.
Oh, wow. So when you first joined the naturist community, what surprised or inspired you most about body freedom?
What's funny? I didn't consider myself a nudist or a naturist when I was just going to the beaches.
Right.
I was just like, oh, I like going to nude beaches. That's it. So it wasn't really until about March or April of last year, my first trip to Lake Como, that I realized that this was something I really enjoyed, like the social aspect of it. And that was really surprising to me, that like how much I enjoyed just being around people and just like seeing their true, genuine selves. And how it really surprised me how quickly nudism became non-sexual. Because that is a big stigmatism that we get, is that, well, you can't be naked around people and not be, sexual. And I was like, no, but you can. You can.
You absolutely can, yeah.
Get to see the real person for who they are, which is so refreshing, especially in the world we're in right now, where everyone's so judgmental of everyone. Just to be around a true group of people that don't judge you.
I know that is what I found so endearing, I think, about it is we use clothing as a judgment tool or a status symbol.
Absolutely. Labels, who can afford this, who can afford that.
And you make assumptions based on what people are wearing. But when you're not with any clothes, like you say, you're being your true, authentic self, there's nothing to hide behind. And you're showing your true self with all your vulnerabilities, I suppose, because you're nude. But then what comes back is the confidence from other people who are not judging you and you're not judging them.
Yeah.
And it's trying to explain that to other people is just like alien. They don't get it.
It is. They absolutely don't. They're like, I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I wouldn't be able to have a conversation. I'd be staring at them the whole time. And I was like, but you're not.
Yeah.
but that's not what happens. You have real conversations then, you know?
Yeah. And you very, very soon forget that you haven't got clothes on.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 minutes. And then you get this sort of reality like, oh, I've got no clothes on.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. I had to run out to the store and I had flown down with only a couple things. And I was like, I don't think I have anything to wear. Like I don't have clothes because I just don't pack them.
That's great.
The other thing that surprised me that I didn't know, but makes complete sense now that I am a naturist is I didn't realize the amount of towels that everybody uses. The first time I went and my friend was like, you need to bring your towel to go to the dining hall. And I was like, for what? He's like, to sit on. I was like, I was so confused. And now I'm like, oh yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, naturist etiquette. Bring your towel. We have towels for sitting on. Drying towels.
I know. I have a stack of like a dozen towels for a week, I swear.
Is Lake Como, is it clothing optional or is it pure?
No, it's a nudist resort. It's not.
Oh, right. Okay. And how do you treat first-time visitors, for example?
So we do allow them to go on a tour in their clothes if they prefer, and we give them some grace. But we do explain when someone comes to the resort, we give them a tour to show them around because it is a large place and explain the rules and explain, you know, in the pool and in the hot tub, nudity is 100% expected, you know, but if someone's hiking through the trails or someone's in the fitness center and they're going to put a pair of shorts on, we understand, you know, sometimes you don't want to work out completely nude if you're worried about sitting on something. But other than that, we explain the rules and then we expect nudity. And everybody seems to be okay with that.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't go.
You know, we do have people that wear sarongs or like cover-ups, especially because I have discovered that Floridians are babies with the weather. And when it becomes 70 degrees, everyone starts putting on their robes because they're cold.
Oh my gosh, I want to try to come to the UK.
It's funny because I was texting with my one friend. I said, I think I'm becoming a Floridian because I needed a robe today. And it was only 70 at night. And I was like, no, I'm from New Jersey, which we get snow. It gets, you know, freezing all the time. And I needed a robe at 70.
Yeah, you're Floridian now. So, you know, when we talk about nudism and naturism, firstly, as an American, do you see that there's a difference between the two words?
I didn't understand that there was a difference until I had met somebody who really explained it to me. To me, they were interchangeable. And then it's only been very recently that I understand the difference between nudism and naturism. And I think that is something in America that they're used very interchangeably.
So what do you think the differences are then?
So in naturism, I feel like it's more about being one with nature and just being a part of your authentic self, where nudism is more, I don't know how to put it, social.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is. It's so interchangeable here, you know?
Yeah, I think it is here. I'll just give you a little example. When I first got into naturism, I wrote an article for H&E magazine. And then I said, yes, I went to a resort, but don't call me a naturist. I didn't want people to, I don't know, label me a naturist just because I went to a naturist resort. Yeah. I mean, I can't help it now. It's what I do. I do a naturist podcast. I write naturist articles. So I have to label myself somehow. But I think what bothered me most about using labels is the textile world's assumptions as to what it means. And I think that's why I'm passionate about doing what I do, is to try and say to other people that doesn't mean what you think it means at all.
Yeah. I mean, I do think, I don't know how it is in Europe, but in America, I do think there is still that stigmatism with nudism as being sexual.
Definitely. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and it doesn't matter how often you say it's not, which is why people get so freaked out when we say we're a family nudist resort, you know, and we're like, but it's not sexual, it's about owning yourself. But the label has that stigmatism.
Yeah. And I think that's why so many people these days, with the power of social media as well, are stepping up and saying, hey, look at me, I'm a naturist. Am I weird? Do you know what I mean? More and more
Right.
people are doing it because we want to show the world that it isn't what you think. It's just what we're getting out of it is confidence, body freedom, friendships with genuine people. And, you know, who doesn't want that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it opens up your eyes to things that like I might not have ever known or thought about or tried, you know, like because it's such a vast community of people, right? And so I've tried a couple things that I tried paddleboarding the other day nude and I was like, this is terrifying. There's alligators in this lake. Why am I doing this? But then it was so fun just to feel like the wind on my skin and being in the water like that. And, you know, I have a friend that like, she's a model. And so she's doing this life drawing class and introducing other models here. And I was like, that's something you know, you hear about drawing nude models, but you don't know where to go. You don't know how to do it. And I was like, this is kind of cool. This is something that I'm going to try.
So have you posed for life drawing?
I have not yet, but I've been talking with her that I think I want to.
Oh, it is good. I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult sort of holding that pose for quite so long.
That's what I'm scared of. I am old. I don't know if I can hold it as long.
Oh, listen, if I can do it, you can. But usually they break it up into like 40-minute sort of poses.
Okay.
And, yeah, so you can go and relieve yourself. It'll be
Okay,
fine.
good. Good to know.
So, in your experience, how do women that you encounter respond to the idea of social nudity?
I heard when I first came to this resort, my friend was a male and told me, you know, a lot of the guys hang out, but their wives stay in the house. They're just nudists in the house and they don't really come out to things. But that has not been my experience. So being a woman, I think because people see me, they will come out and talk to me. I have made a lot of female friends at the resort and we just, I don't know, we like text each other every day and just check in on each other and we'll meet each other at the pool or we'll go for a walk or, you know, silly things like do laundry next to each other, you know, silly things like just cooking together. We're planning a Friendsgiving and just hanging out. It's the same with like any other girlfriends that I have.
Yeah, except the friendships are more organic. Can't explain it. It's totally genuine.
It's genuine. It's funny. My one friend, she was actually traveling when I first started going to Como. Her and her husband do blogs where they go to all different nudist resorts all over the country. So this year was like their Northwest one. And so they were gone for 10 weeks. So I had never met her officially, but we started texting through a mutual friend. We just started texting. And I had felt like I had known her before I even got to the resort. And as soon as I got there, it was like this giant hug and that was it. You know, like we're awesome friends. And I really consider her one of my close friends. And we hadn't even met before a couple weeks ago.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
That happens. You'll find like with social media, you'll see the same sort of people posting and campaigning and whatnot. And the same thing happened. You know, Linda Weber, the president of ANA?
Yes.
So we've been communicating now for about 5 years and we actually met in the UK. She came to the UK, which was great. It was really lovely just to put a face to a name or someone that you've been communicating with. It's a great friendship and we share a lot of ideas and stories and strategies and things like that. And, you know, it's not competitive. The world is big enough for us to share.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that I found like I've become friends with women of all ages, you know, like this one woman I'm talking about, she's 60, but then our other friend is 30. And then I'm friends with this one woman and her daughter, you know, and we all talked. We had a potluck the other day and it was a salad bar theme. So everybody had to bring their own toppings for a salad. And we did this big dinner together. And I just sat with a table of women and we all just talked and we were all different ages. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think any of us were in the same decade. And it was great.
No, it's great. That is brilliant. Yeah, cool. So many women in the world struggle with body image due to social pressures and media ideals. So how does Lake Como and naturism more broadly help women reconnect with body acceptance?
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh, that's a deep one. So, it goes back to the no judgment. I mean, like I said, I struggle with it. I struggled with it. It's the whole reason why I found naturism to begin with, is because I couldn't handle not looking like the girls on social media.
Right.
I call them the Stepford women, like they all look the same. They all wear the same. They all have the same hair. I mean, my hair is so curly. I couldn't do one of those straight beachy wave hairdos if I tried. I'll step outside and it'll frizz in 2 seconds with the humidity. And it took someone seeing me for me and really connecting with me as a person for me to realize that I don't need to look like everybody else. It's okay to be different and it's okay to be unique. And I came to the realization, I have twins. So I have quite the scars on my belly, and I had a C-section because my daughter was a mover in there, and they were like, "You cannot give birth to her normally. We gotta pull her out." I was like, "Okay," but I have a C-section scar, and I have stretch marks, and I used to be ashamed of them, and I would hide them, and I would always get the bathing suits that would cut so high to like hide everything. And someone said to me, actually on my beach, and she goes, "You should be proud of your scars." She said, "You grew 2 humans. You grew 2 beautiful humans in there. And that's part of your story. It's not something to hide. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's another layer of who you are." And once I really thought about that, my whole world changed, because it is true. Your scars are your stories. It's not anything to be ashamed of or hidden. Wear them proudly. And if somebody asks what it is, explain it to them. I have a scar on my ankle from when I fell off my bike when I was 7 years old. There you go. I can tell you a story about it.
I've got a scar on my eyebrow from playing hockey when I was a teenager.
See, we all have them. We all have them.
And yes, abdominal scars from surgery as well. But you know what? Badges of honor, badges of survival.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And growing humans is a pretty special thing to do.
Yeah.
So I know you're quite new into your role. Are you a digital marketer anyway?
So I had been, I had actually worked at a YMCA and I was a membership director and a fitness director. And part of that comes with digital marketing. You have to, in order to get people into your gym, you have to do digital marketing. So that's where I kind of started out, and I found a passion for it. And then I saw this job posted that was naturism and something I really love to do.
I'm jealous. I want to do that.
I actually called the resort. I was like, "Is this a spam ad? I don't actually think this is real."
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's a great role. So have you seen digital marketing play a role in reshaping narratives around women's bodies and natural beauty?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's interesting on my own personal page, where I used to get a lot of the weight loss stuff and the hair products and the beauty products. And now that I'm doing naturism, the algorithm has figured out, like, oh, she's not going to be into this. Let's send her more hippie stuff. And so my algorithm has changed a little bit, but it definitely still does. Like, the digital marketing is fierce, and they send very specific body types, and they target very specific how you should look, and all the weight loss injections and tablets and things like that, just so you can look like everybody else. And I'm like, I didn't lose the weight to look like everybody else. I lost the weight because I wanted to feel good for myself.
Quite right.
And that was also something that I had to accept, was like, I wasn't doing this to be beautiful for my next door neighbor. I was doing this because my joints were hurting me and I couldn't get out of bed. And I didn't want to be in a wheelchair. I wanted to be that active, fit mom. I'm Greek. I am never going to be a size 2. It's just not going to happen. I have childbearing hips and thighs. I always will. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's totally okay.
But don't you wish that you would have accepted that thought much earlier?
Much earlier. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like my 20s would have been so different.
Yeah.
I tried every one of those weight loss fads and drugs and dyed my hair all sorts of different colors and was spending ridiculous amounts of money on clothing and shoes and purses just to fit in. And it's like, for what? I would rather spend that money on experiences and travel, or I love food, so to eat.
Yeah.
I always say, I was like, if you want to win me over, feed me.
You definitely are Greek.
Yes, for sure. But I love to try new foods.
Yeah.
And that's also what's kind of cool, because naturism is across all cultures. Like, I've met people from everywhere. And it's cool to be able to share a meal with somebody from France and we kind of exchange recipes or do a little thing. It's a cool experience.
It is. Do you get a lot of people from all over the world then visit Lake Como?
We do. It's more seasonal. People will come to us in the cold months. So people will run away from Canada or run away from UK or France, and they'll come to us when they're cold and they'll warm up for a couple weeks and then they'll go back. Right.
Nice. Yeah. So historically, naturism spaces have often been male dominated. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you seeing more women taking leadership roles or getting involved with naturism on the whole?
So at Lake Como, our resort manager and our assistant manager are both women, which is great. Yeah. And then I'm, the digital marketing as a woman. Our two accountants are also women. So it's great. I think we outnumber, I think there's 2 men that work out of like the 12 of us that work in the front office. I think there's only 2 of them that are male. Now the board of directors is more male heavy. There are women on it, but the president of the board is a male and that. But it is great to have us in a team of women working together.
Yeah. That is good. I wrote an article about how women are stepping up into leadership roles within naturism. Like, you've got Linda, the president of ANA. We've got the Irish Federation president is a woman, Australia, New Zealand, like all these women, which it's
fantastic.
Going to get on here at some point to have this discussion. But do you think that once women discover naturism, they just feel so good about it and the self-worth and confidence that they just want to tell everybody else?
I think so. I really do. That's been my experience. I can't speak for everybody else, but yeah, I haven't been ashamed of it. I tell everybody, just to make sure that everybody knows the truth behind it. I have one of my friends, I went to go see a show with her yesterday and we were on the bus talking and she's like, oh, I could never be a naturist. I could never be nude in front of people. And I said, that's okay. And that's your choice. I said, but what is it about it that scares you? And just trying to explain my experience. And once I explained it, she followed the Facebook page. She's like, I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I'm going to stalk. And I was like, that's fine. You can stalk. It's totally cool. Yeah. But just being able to really share with her what it was about and what it meant to me and how it's kind of changed how I look at the world is really awesome.
I think politicians should try naturism. They might be nicer to each other.
So do I, man. It's the great equalizer, I say.
Yeah, definitely.
Naturism is the great equalizer.
So often women say, well, that's great that you're a naturist or a nudist, but I don't have the body for that. What would you say to them?
There is no body for that. Everybody is the body for it. One of my friends sells these bracelets that he made, and it just says, naturism is for everybody and everybody. And I love that.
That's good. Yes, it's so true. It's so true. And I think as women, we sort of do ourselves an injustice by, shaming ourselves. We're our own worst enemy. Like, I don't have the body for that. But actually you do. You have a body.
You have a body. That's it. Exactly.
Simple.
It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's about you.
And guess what? You might even start liking yourself.
Absolutely. I said my confidence has skyrocketed. My friends have said they've seen me so much happier since I've discovered this. And it's because I don't worry, if I have to go out in the textile world and I just wear clothes. Like, I'm not stressing about, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of my outfit? I'm like, whatever. I don't care. If they don't like my outfit, they don't like my outfit.
It becomes a practicality, doesn't it? It's like, oh, I have to get dressed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, what do you think helps women feel safe and welcomed when they first engage in a naturist event or club?
I have to say, I almost wish I had done a club before I had done a beach.
Right. Yeah.
Which, beaches are so accessible, right? Like there's beaches all over the world and you can just go in, you don't have to pay anything, you just go try it for the day, and that's what everybody wants to do. But there are so many people that aren't naturists that go to those. And like I said, within my first hour, if that group wasn't there that was like, hey, shooing that random guy off, I might have left.
Right.
I might have said, oh, this isn't for me. I don't want to be viewed as an object. Whereas when you go to the clubs, everybody has a mutual respect for each other. And typically, what I've experienced at all the clubs I've been to, men don't even really approach women to speak. I have never really been approached other than hey, do you know where the bikes go? Or do you know, like, it'll be a thing. But if I'm sitting at the pool, nobody comes up and like hovers over me or talks to me. And just, if I'm sitting in the pool and I engage in a conversation, great. But women don't have to be afraid, which is what I think happens, is that they're so afraid that I'm going to go and I'm going to be one of 3 women and it's going to be 15 men and they're all going to attack me. And it's not like that. Everybody is really respectful of your spaces and they engage at your level and at your comfort.
Yeah, perfect. So thinking about the marketing side of things, how does your marketing strategy reflect women's perspectives and avoid the over-sexualization that sometimes clouds public perceptions of naturism and nudism?
Yeah, so one of the things that I have made it my mission to do is really photograph all ages, all sizes, all body types. So if you look at what has been posted, we have everybody posted on the page because everybody can be a naturist. And so that's really been my focus is, we have women that are a little bit heavier, or women that are a model. We have women that are just very normal. We have tall, short, everything in the middle, because they're all beautiful, and we're just doing regular things. I have a picture that I posted the other day. Someone is kayaking, a picture of somebody playing horseshoes, playing volleyball, just doing normal activities, nude. And I have a picture of a couple in a hot tub, and they're both in their 50s and they're beautiful souls. And, I have to edit creatively so Facebook doesn't trigger me. So I had to put like a shadow across her nipples so it looked like the moonlight was just editing her out.
Nice.
But it's a beautiful picture. And, I showed her the picture and she's like, I have a belly. And I was like, and it's beautiful. Like, don't worry about it. And so she said I could share it, and I shared it out. And, it's gotten like 800 likes because it's real people. It's nothing sexual about it. It's just real people.
Yep, and that's the beauty of it. It's relatable as well. If you're showing every body, then somebody will recognize themselves eventually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Love that. Speaking about social media, how much do you struggle to post stuff that is telling a story rather than a nude image? Because like you say, often we can't due to censorship and whatnot. So how much of a challenge is that for you?
Oh, it's quite a challenge. And it's always like cropping correctly so that I don't get flagged, but also we can still show like that we're nude and that we're proud of it. I did get flagged the other day because I had thought I cropped it perfectly, but there was like a teeny tiny bit of pubic hair like on a guy that was reaching up with a volleyball. And it looked like a shadow to me, but Facebook recognized it as pubic hair and like flagged me. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Crop it back up a little bit. But it is a challenge because even when you do something like this gentleman playing volleyball, right? I was getting more inappropriate gay men comments on his picture. His wife actually messaged me. She's like, this is so funny to me. Apparently I have a hottie. But, I have a picture of somebody swimming, and it's a beautiful picture to show the pool. Like our pool butts right up to our lake. So you're swimming in our pool and you're looking at the lake and you're one with nature, even though you're kind of in a chlorinated pool, and trying to make sure that it's not looking like a Playboy picture of her in the pool. It's this balance of like how I have her pose. And I was a photography minor in college, so I try to always look at like how to pose people or how to get good contrast of color. And so I really do try to make the story about the whole picture, not just the naked person in the picture.
Yeah, I think that's important, isn't it? Because you're trying to sort of manage the wider public's perceptions of what naturism is, and more importantly, what it isn't.
Yeah. I get asked all the time. They're like, people sit in the bar naked? They eat in the restaurant naked? And I was like, yeah. I said, you've never eaten a bowl of cereal naked in your house? You should try it.
Exactly. We're in such a hurry to get dressed, like as soon as we wake up or after our shower. Yeah. Why not extend it? Why not go make yourself a cup of tea first?
Go downstairs.
You might like it.
You're fine.
Yeah. So if you could debunk one myth about nudist resorts or the people who visit them, what would it be?
That we're all there to get laid.
It's the unsexiest environment ever.
The unsexiest environment ever. You know, when you see your friends, we all have to carry either a backpack or a fanny pack or something because we don't have pockets to put our keys or our money. So it's like you're seeing a naked person walking around with a fanny pack and sneakers. It's not really a sexy look.
I sometimes put my mobile phone under my boob.
Yeah, there you go. You know, what else are you going to do with it? It's funny. I was having a conversation with someone the other day that I said it's more sexual in some of the bathing suits that people wear than it is nude.
Oh, 100%.
You know, like seeing these teeny tiny thongs and like these little like triangles. That's way more sexual than just a nude boobs. Listen, they sag. Yeah. They're not naturally all the way high up. You know, they drop with gravity. So
it's true.
It's not really sexy.
No, it's not sexy at all. And when you're seeing women like that all over social media with the little triangle swimsuits on, you're teasing, you know, your audience, and it is sexualizing more than a perfectly nude.
Yeah, which is what I have to be careful of with my censoring with Facebook, right? Because I don't want it to be a tease and look at what this is, like I did with her, where it looked like moonlight was going across hers, rather than me put like little pasties or something on it. Because once you put the pasties on, then everybody's like, ooh, now that's sexual.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah. Gosh, we've got to be so careful about what we do and how we do it.
I know, you really do. You have to be so careful to not make it sexual because at the end of the day, we're just people. We just want to hang out and chill and be social. I didn't realize with emojis, right? So I will do different emojis, and I did one of my first posts. I posted like the splash symbol, which I didn't realize what that means. And like 3 of my friends were like, "Take that down!" I was like, "Why? What does it mean?"
That's another education, isn't it? The whole emoji.
Yeah, I was
language.
like, I guess you can tell how long it's been since I've had dirty text, huh?
So just to finish off then, one question for all the women. What advice would you give to women who are curious about naturism but feel nervous or self-conscious about taking that very first step?
I'm a rarity where I just did it. You know, I don't regret it for 1 second for me just going to that beach by myself. And I know that that is not something that everyone would feel comfortable with, but whatever your comfortability is, get a group of girlfriends, go to a topless beach, or go, you know, you don't have to do the whole thing in one shot. You know, you can dip your toe in it slowly. Yeah. I do say that I feel like clubs or resorts are a much safer place for women because there are rules. And beaches don't have rules. You know, even though there's a lifeguard there, there's 500 people at the beach. They can't look at everybody. They're looking at the water. So I would say if you want to dip your toe in it, try a resort. Look for events. There's always events at these clubs and resorts where there's always newbies, you know, that go. We do music festivals all the time. And that's like a cool way to go into it. You know, listen to some good bands and try it out. Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
No one's going to crucify you for wearing a robe or something. You know, you do what your comfort level is.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's brilliant. Right. Okay.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
Erin, thank you ever so much. And
thank you. Have a great one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
What a lovely conversation with Erin. It's a reminder that naturism is not just about shedding clothes, but about shedding your insecurities and finding freedom in our own skin. Erin's story shows how courage, community, and self-care can transform the way we see ourselves and others. If Erin's journey has resonated with you in some way or another, consider exploring naturism your own way, whether it's a visit to the local beach, maybe wait till the summer if you're in the UK, or simply a naturist event, a club, or like I said before, joining the community online. Thank you for listening to Women in Focus. I've been your host, Helen Berryman. Don't forget to subscribe, like, heart, share this episode, and join us next time as we bring more Women in Focus.